gonna be a weird one, people. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a series where there's only one character to talk about. But I guess that makes it a little bit better on me, because then I can talk about him at length. And boy, do I have a lot to say.
So, yes, in this series, there is only one character to talk about. True, there are lots of characters spanning over multiple storylines, but to reveal anything about their characters would venture into unnecessary spoiler territory, so I'm just going to focus on the one character who appears in every episode. And that would be the medicine seller himself, referred to as Kusuriuri. Kusuriuri is a mysterious man who travels Japan, seeking out Mononoke and exorcising them using his Taima no Ken, aka Sword of Exorcism, which can only be unsheathed after he uncovers the Mononoke's Katachi, aka Form, Makoto, aka Truth, and Kotowari, aka Reasoning or Regret.
At this point, if you're not as familiar with this kind of stuff as I am, you might be wondering why he needs to do all this stuff to unsheath his sword. Well, think of it this way. It's like a detective gradually figuring out who killed someone and then convicting them. But if they don't have enough evidence and testimony, then they can't convict the murderer. It's the same sort of thing, just with more ghosts.
But for Kusuriuri's character, he's mysterious and observant, quiet and reserved, and clearly isn't seeing the world the way everyone else is. To be as blunt as a bat to the face, I fucking love Kusuriuri. In fact, he's one of my favorite characters of all time. I mean, this is a character who violates every rule of what a character should be in terms of who, what, where, why, and how. The show never explains who or what he is, where he comes from, why he does what he does, or how he does it. But in my opinion, that's what makes him so fascinating. He's a person who has to witness the very worst of humanity all the time, taking all their burdens onto his shoulders, and deal with so much bullshit from people protecting their darkest secrets that I can't help but be fascinated by him. In fact, it's not even clear if he's even on the people's side, as he doesn't seem to care if they die or not. He seems to care more about putting the Mononoke they created to rest, and ending their pain and misery rather than saving any lives. Though it's never explicitly said that this is how he feels. He even has a bit of snark and a sense of humor too, which breaks up his enigmatic personality a bit and makes him just that much more entertaining. And that's not even getting into the powers he has, like creating Ofura scrolls for protection against the Mononoke, using scales to determine the distance of the marauding spirit, and of course, well, what happens when he finally gets to unsheath his Sword of Exorcism is guaranteed to make you blow your load if you get as invested in his character as I am. I mean, when you look at him objectively, he is kinda silly looking, but I've gone on record before saying I love characters in garish outfits, so it just does that much more to endear him to me.